Dāmas un kungi, ladies and gentlemen, liels prieks.
We are very happy to welcome you all in the annual traditional building conference in November, a conference devoted to national policies in building quality in Latvia and in Europe. I'm Martin Staugus, and as every year, I will have the honor to moderate this conference. We are looking forward to a very informational, saturated conference. We have a number of speakers, very knowledgeable speakers from the European Union. We also have two panel discussions that we are going to speak about important issues to Latvia, and we are going to look at Latvia through the different aspects of EU. We have two working languages, English and Latvian. We are going to exchange these languages within the conference, and if you need your headphones, please take them. You can take them at any time. Just give a sign to our technical people, and you're going to be handed out the device. Another thing is certainly the folders that you all have with the conference materials. There are a number of important documents in them, in Latvian and in English, and also the most important aspect, the assessment questionnaire, so that we could have the same event next year at an even higher quality level. And also two copies of the memorandum between the Latvian government and the sector, concluded today, both in English and in Latvian, because actually we are going to have the first panel discussion on how this memorandum is going to be fulfilled.
Huge pleasure to see you all, the distinguished guests and speakers from foreign countries. My name is Martins. That's just enough, I believe, for nice and smooth communication. And we're going to speak today in Latvian and in English during the conference time. The first part, till the first coffee break, will be more dominated by Latvian language. Afterwards, we're going to switch over to the English mainly. So if you need translation devices, we have the best translation device provider there in the corner. Just smile and wave, and she's going to bring a translation device for you. Now back to the Latvian. Dāmas un kungi, mēs tiekam vērot arī.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are also viewed on the air, LSMLV, also TVNet, and also in the conference web page. Dear friends, it is time to start. And we are going to start with some opening speeches and welcome words. And I would like to present Juris Stinka, our State Secretary of the Ministry of Economics of Latvia, who is known here and also abroad. Good morning. I have a real honor to welcome you here, and so many in number as well. Certainly, the building industry is a very important industry in the Latvian economy. And it is typical for this sector to be the first to react to all changes of economy, also globally. In Latvia, building industry made 6.5% of the GDP, and 72,000 employees were related to that sector. If we look at that development period, we know all the stages. We had very steep growth before the crisis, after we joined the European Union, and that resulted in a bubble in the real estate market, also in quality-wise. And after the bubble was ruptured, we saw ourselves in a different situation. However, it is not that disastrous and pessimistic. We see development also in export qualities growing in the construction industry, and the decline this year actually is rather related to the EU funds programming period. The previous period is at an end, and the new one has not started as yet, so we can project further growth over the next 5-7 years. And now we are in a position to be able to plan it so that we wouldn't have all the financing to spend in a very short period, and so that we could actually complete all the projects started. One of the biggest challenge is certainly regulation and amendments in that the new construction law, the building law, which changes the rules about how the industry is going to work. There are many issues which are not fully clarified as yet or resolved, and as a result, we have seen a growth in the administrative burden. We indeed hear it in the signals from the construction industry and the real estate development market that the time for complying with the administrative requirements and the resources required are disproportionate. And sometimes we don't even really understand why that is required from us. This is one of our biggest challenges, to put things in order this wise. And also another issue is labor. It is very difficult to adapt to changes that happen so fastly. We see that in 2000 we had 56,000 people employed. 2008, it was 124,000 employees, and as the crisis set in, again 58,000. So we see this high volatility. Now it is 72,000, but this high volatility actually makes it very problematic to ensure stable, sustainable quality. Certainly, we are an open country. People can leave our country, move to other countries where prices are, where salaries are, wages are much higher. So we are going to have an urgent issue in having a quality workforce. Another problem is shadow economy that we have to resolve. Sauka saying that this actually is 40% of all the building sector. It covers 40%, which is certainly hindrance in development of the sector in a sustainable way. The construction industry itself has been a pioneer in our cooperation with businesses, because in the cooperation between businesses and government, we have drafted the memorandum, started the discussion, and we hope to have a good solution. The memorandum is not just a declarative paper. It has a number of very definite tasks, very well-defined tasks in it. And we think it's a key to success. So I look with optimism to the future. And we, on our side, the Ministry of Economics, we are going to do everything possible so that our commitments have really been met. And I would like to wish you all some very good and productive work, also good things for the future. This conference or a conference of this kind happens every year, is taking place every year. We know that the previous conference already has made a big contribution in drafting this memorandum, and I would like to thank all our participants in this connection. I would like to thank Juris Stinka, State Secretary of the Ministry of Economics, and we are now asking the Rector of the Technical University of Riga, Leonīds Ribickis, to go on with his address.
Good morning.
All guests welcome in Riga and Latvia, but I continue some words in introduction in English, in Latin, sorry. Well,
so why is it the Riga Technical University, which together with the State Building Control Office are organizing this conference for the recurrent year? It is quite logical, as the Riga Technical University, with its 50,000 of students and 2,000 of staff and academic personnel, is the institution which produces the largest numbers of engineers and architecture in Latvia, not only in sheer numbers, but they provide the sector with the highest level professionals. In the Faculty of Building Engineering and Architecture and Urban Planning, the total number of students is almost 3,000 on various levels, from the first year to the PhD program. I would like to describe our activities as follows. We are taking care of the development of the academic study programs in the building discipline, and high-quality studies in building can provide engineers and architects of high quality. And that makes the foundation for the quality of building, both in Latvia and in Europe. There was a moment at the beginning of 2009 when the entire higher education sector of Latvia was cut the budget by half. And this reduced budget has been maintained for all the following years up to these days, which signals that the government is not particularly interested in the development of the higher level qualifications in Latvia. And this is proven by the financial provisions allocated to this education, as the private sector mostly provides education and studies which are cheap and profitable. Yet I hope that in the future, with the support of all the building sector and participants in it, we will do our best to change the attitude on national level to the higher education, and particularly to higher education in building sector. We are also developing international study programs. In the building engineering faculty, we have created a joint program with the Vilnius Gediminas University and their engineering faculty, by using European structural funds which are envisaged for the development of higher education and science infrastructure. We have been building and developing a student campus in Ķīpsele, on the island in the Daugava River, near the center of Riga. And we have completed the urban planning faculty building, which has been recognized not only in Latvia, but on the EU level as a center of creative thought, as a think tank, which has also the house which houses the design center and which has been internationally recognized. But another opportunity to use structural funds will be in the project of building engineering faculty, which will be completed by 2019 or 2020. This building must be of the highest quality, and I'm hoping for the support of the companies, of private businesses, to contribute to the development of your own educational institution. As to the building policy, it is a relevant and acute topic in Latvia and globally. I am happy to see that it is on the agenda in this discussion together with the representatives of the government, and there are also many students present here from our engineering faculty, and they are the ones who will make the future in this sector, which is so essential for our economy. This morning on the radio I heard that in Latgale region in a few days there's going to be a discussion about how to catch up with Estonia in a few years. My answer will be there is no way how we can catch up with Estonia if we do not invest sufficiently in the higher education. If we invest adequately in the education of engineers, then the complete education process will take 12 years, and then in 12 years we will have caught up with Estonia, but they won't be standing and waiting for us there. So we must discuss these topics, certainly, but the fact that we must pay more attention to the higher education, to its accessibility and provision of higher education, that must be the priority. And then the quality will follow in the economy and particularly in the building sector. Thank you. Thank you to Leonīds Ribickis, Rector of the Riga Technical University, and to Riga Technical University for co-organization and support of this conference. And if we consider the traditions of construction conferences, then I have a great pleasure to introduce one of the founding fathers of this idea, Pēteris Druķis, Director of the State Construction Control Bureau of Latvia. Welcome. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third time when we are meeting in cooperation with the Riga Technical University and with the Building Control Council in Latvia to talk about issues relevant to us. We are organizing this conference for the third time at the end of November, after the 21st of November. The 21st of November has left a lasting imprint in the building sector of Latvia. We are meeting to talk, to discuss, to analyze, and to make conclusions. How to improve the quality to avoid another 21st of November in our history. Let me remind you that everything that we are talking about, everything that we are presenting is broadcast on the website qualitybuilding.lv, and in the video regime you can watch the proceedings of the conference. And looking back at the discussions of the previous years, I can state with pride that everything that we have been doing proceeds from what we have been discussing in this conference. And today as well, we have organized this conference in order to look back at what we have done and what is to be done in the future, particularly hearing the experience from other countries. Therefore, I wish all of you to be creative today and to open your eyes and look at the wider perspective outside Latvia, including the building sectors outside Latvia, and to be creative. Thank you. Thank you to Pēteris Druķis, Director of the State Construction Control Bureau of Latvia.
I'd like to invite here for the keynote speech and opening remarks Laurent Peinaud, President of European Building Control Consortium, with the nice Nordic-style warm applause, please.
Well, good morning to all, and I just want to say of 5 minutes, I think, or so. Well, I want to thank everybody about that you welcome CBC members here, because as you may know, well, we make a very short presentation of CBC. CBC is a non-profit organization regrouping about 27 countries and 40 members concerned with building control systems. And our aim is really to have better knowledge of building control system in Europe and over Europe, I should say. That's the first target. The second target of the organization is to monitor the trends and about our activity, and the last one is to disseminate and to communicate about. That's what we are trying to do, and we hope we will succeed today. Thank you for inviting us, and I think I read the memorandum, and I think there was a few words that sounds really nice to me and to my ears, and I will open my eyes. I understand that, but the ears as well. And it was respecting the diversity of views, and I think it's a key element in our organization, CBC. We have different systems, of course, we have different views on the systems, but we respect every point of view and try to find a way to get through in a constant cooperation. What's the word you figured in the memorandum? So I hope we should provide to all of us some information, different views, points of view, and I hope it should be fruitful for everybody, and especially for us, because anytime I participate in such a conference, I learn much more than I know in the morning. So I hope to be got more knowledge at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peinaud. Thank you.